the Nigerian Genius.
Hello, good day. We are Team Light from Alex Ekweme Federal University, Bufu Alike, Iko. This is day 7 at the Nigerian Genius Campus Edition 2025 at Clintonel Innovation Center, Abia State, Aba.
Good day everyone, this is day 7 of the Nigerian Genius Campus Edition 2025 at the Clintonel Innovation Center. Representing is Team Catalyst from Ladoke Akintola University of Technology.
This is Team Emerald from Mekolaba University of Agriculture, Umudike, and this is day 7 of the Nigerian Genius 2025.
This is Team Yeager from Unilag, and this is day 7 of the Nigerian Genius Design Competition.
Journey so far with the challenge, the project we are working on, we've been encountering so many issues, especially and most notably the ESP32 cam. So the ESP32 cam we ordered had issues with the camera module. So instead of the OV2M module, we were given another model, HRXT. So this model is not compatible with the newer versions of ESP32 cam. And we really had a lot of issues about it. We searched online for recommendations and solutions, but to no avail, we couldn't get any aid. But we came across some people like us who encountered the same issues. So they discussed about changing the pixel mode to RGBA 565. So at least that was able to tweak the changes to the camera board to recognize the camera model, so it works just fine. So we were able to escape that area. Demo. It was something else because it's not every day you get the opportunity to rehearse how you're going to present tomorrow or how you're going to present on the D-Day. So thanks to Mr. Clinton, he gave us this opportunity to try out how our main challenge is going to be. So honestly, we did very poorly. We performed poorly. Our startup and the focus on the main points of this presentation, we never really navigated towards that area. So about the design,
Catalyst has really been working well and very, very hard because we want to quickly integrate our hardware into the components, and we are having some little issues like the ESP32 cam not trying to function with the model, and we also try to integrate, or we also try to improvise using the ultrasonic sensor. The ultrasonic sensor too failed, so we've been having issues on that detection, but we promise to bring it to life by using a mobile cam on that. And about the experience today, it was really a really hard work, and we've been trying to work things out so that we'll be able to finalize our project before 3 p.m. tomorrow, the competition final.
Today we continue with our project work, and we actually try to make a lot of progress.
Before the presentation, everything was in place. The only thing that was not ready was the casing, because we were still trying to, make sure that our device does not have any issue, prior to the presentation. So everything was in place. The AI training was, we would say that we trusted it to function on the presentation. and the hardware components were also ready. They were actually streaming our data to our local host, what we are using to display the data that we get from our sensors. So everything went well. That's what I can say. It was just the case that wasn't ready.
So today we continued on our project. We made a lot of progress, and we also had a demo session today as a mock for the main presentation tomorrow. So we divided the project, the different aspects of the project among ourselves. We worked on the cars, we worked on the software, I worked on the electronics and embedded systems. And we actually slept over here again yesterday, so as to cover as much ground as possible before the demo. And we encountered a lot of issues, but thankfully we've been able to solve most of them. First of all, there was the budget constraints to build an AI-powered project to solve insecurity. Due to that budget, we were very particular about the price of products, so we went for the cheapest alternative, and that turned out to be a mistake because apparently the majority of the components we ordered from them were fault, but we've been able to get substitutes and the project is going on fine now.
One of the reasons why we were not able to stand up to the recommendation and the ability for us to present well was, first of all, we didn't know maybe the steps and the things they are trying to mark us on. So what we were just trying to do, we were just trying to read the PPT, the PowerPoint and all that, which we later found out that it was wrong, and we didn't get the chance to show them our model, our design, because we are done with our printing, but we haven't assembled our components. So we didn't know that we also have to maybe show them a practical example of how our system is working. Why they haven't at least coupled them together. So we were not able to show them one or two things. So the main idea of the presentation, we mixed them. But now we have already written our mistakes, and we know what to do and what not to do, and we are focused on it. Because of this, our demo, we are able now to fine-tune and also arrange ourselves for the final day.
At the demo final, we were able to pitch our presentation which we've been working on, and we were able to analyze our past project and the concurrent project going on. So at the final, the judges were able to grade us and test our feasibility and also functionality, and tells us to do more because we are not at the peak. We are not at the peak yet. So we promise to do that before 3 p.m. tomorrow, and we've been trying to collaborate with other team members because we've been working on AI, and AI is a complex model not to be solved in 1 week. So we've been collaborating with teams Funai, Lautech collaborating with Unilag, and Lautech collaborating with Umudike. So it's a whole lot of experience and friendship here, yes, and we've been able to achieve common goals here in this building.
So on the demo presentation, we started pretty well. We introduced the topic as usual. We went through the focus area of the solution, and we also displayed our materials. The hardware materials. And like I said, the casing wasn't ready, so everything was just open wire everywhere. So when it was time to demonstrate how the whole thing was supposed to work, one of our setup did not light up. The light just went blank. I pulled out all the wires and plugged them back in. The light didn't just want to show. Like I was frustrated. I was like, what's going on? And the funny part of it is that that was the main host. That was the main device that was supposed to be streaming. It was supposed to be receiving data from every other component and then streaming it to our local host. Okay, and it just went blank. I didn't know what to do. Seriously, I didn't know what to do. I was confused. Seriously. The only thing I had in mind to use as cover-up was that prior the presentation, I had already ran the whole system, and the code was uploading. So I did not close the window, I just left it like that. So I just had to just pop up the window again and then show that it was working just before we came on stage. But you know, they need to see it. So we didn't get any score from that.
For the cloud aspect, we stayed here overnight, and a number of teams. Well, we only have one 3D printer, and that constrains what we can do with that. So, but we decided to opt for laser cutting as it's faster. It's faster. It is more. It's cheaper, and it's easier to put together. So that solved some of the problems with the card. Initially wanted to add a model, an additional model for our project, but unfortunately due to the constraints, the manufacturing processes and machinery, decided to just focus on our main product, our main model. The demo was interesting. It was fun seeing how the progress each team had made, how much progress each team had made. But it started okay. We were able to expand on our ideas, our design thinking process. But then when it came to the actual demo itself, unfortunately our system failed. It didn't fail, but was slow to respond, and that affected our presentation and our overall stuff. But hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to iron that out and be able to do an adequate depiction of our intellect tomorrow.
Okay, so it was quite funny. It was very funny the way things broke out amongst us. We encountered challenges, and somehow, instead of us speaking to ourselves, somehow had to even go beyond ourselves to meet some of the people some of our competitors, and somehow we began to start working together to solve similar challenges that we are facing. And it was quite shocking because at first I thought we should have been a bit constrained, but when we found out that there's no big issues in some of these things, we decided to work even as the body in order to get what we want. And the love, the unity, it was massive. And it was massive. We are dancing, we are singing, we are cracking jokes in order to just release the tension. It was crazy. But at the end of the day, even though the key technicality or specification of our device was kept, tight, not disclosed, but we are still able to one or two ways where if there's an issue we could help out, we help. We also receive help from the other teams, and it was mind-blowing. It was different from what I ever expected from the competition.
Right now, my plan for tomorrow is that this night I'll just look for. I've not actually checked. I've not checked out what went wrong. Okay. Right now, my plans for tomorrow is that. Okay. Right now, our plan for tomorrow is that we'll just spend the whole night trying to troubleshoot what went wrong, and hopefully we can come up with a solution. And I just pray that we don't need to buy any other company, because waiting for delivery is something we cannot afford. There's no time, and we need to get up and work. So
yeah, when it's supposed to detect violence, detecting normal, and when our judge was sitting down, he was detecting that our judge was actually the violent mood. Maybe he had violent intent, we don't know. And in general, our experience, well, we experienced that during the beginning, but we are going to work more on making it progress tomorrow. We said that we didn't actually try and tell ourselves, but we're going to make efforts, more efforts to work together.
Okay, so on the software part, initially, that was the day before yesterday, we started using Edge Impulse as it is a viable option for AI analysis on embedded systems. And then we realized that we needed a lot of data to train the model on so it can be accurate. And we didn't have a lot of time, so we decided to download a pre-trained model, but we had issues uploading that and getting that to work in time. So we opted for the option of labeling it manually. Now, labeling it manually, 3,000 is a very large data set to do, and it's going to consume a lot of time. So we stuck with just 300 data sets and we labeled all that through. And we ran that through the model, we trained it, and realized that the accuracy was very low. So it wasn't something we could move on with. So we had to move entirely away from Edge Impulse and then move on to a more viable option like OpenCV. We are using OpenCV right now. So we're using that, and we're using a two-factor authentication process. So in order to prevent false positives, we wanted it to be a situation where it will detect that someone is moving very fast and someone is if you're just moving now, this is movement, but we wanted something that could be extreme enough to be classified as violence. So in the process of doing that, unfortunately we over-constrained the model. So now it doesn't even detect any movements at all or anything related to violence. So that really affected us during our presentation. Initially the model was too sensitive, was detecting anything as violence, and during the presentation it did not detect anything. So before we went on, it worked as it was supposed to an extent. It was a bit delayed, but it still worked. But during the presentation, absolutely nothing showed up on screen. So we have realized that we need to do a lot of work in that part, and we need to train our model properly and make it identify it and make it keep identifying it during our presentation and after the presentation as well.
Okay, the experience so far has been good in summary. We spent so we actually had a lot of fun with the other participants, especially.
Yeah.
The classes were good. So the lecturers were good as well. I mean, the typical engineering lecturer. They have to force a lot of things into you in a very short amount of time. So, I mean, if you're not traumatized by engineering, you haven't really gone through it.
Our vote of thanks go to CIC will continue to give you guys a vote of thanks because this opportunity has really exposed us to real world, how it really happens in the real world. Engineering as a whole, never expected that engineering could be this tough. The constraints were really constrained, the time constraints, the money constraints, and yeah. So our vote of thanks also goes to our family out there who are cheering us, who are pushing us forward, who are saying, please, keep it up. Also supporting us, some little bit of cash, to get one or two things like the data and things like that. Our vote of thanks goes to our school, our Foursquare, we call him favorite, Foursquare. They have been supporting us, trying to make things go well. And our family out there. Our vote of thanks also goes to Jesus, God, who has been helping us as we pray to Him to give us ideas. The great thing we really had with some of the software issues we had was an inspiration that I really want to give Him the vote of thanks. And to the media as well, who have been capturing the whole experience. We really want to thank you guys for the work that they do.
For today specifically, my vote of thanks to Daytona Innovation Center is a very huge thank you and God bless you, because we've not been able to practicalize this theoretical knowledge we've been learning in school, and this is just an avenue for us to put this into place. And if we should be tasked for it, we would pay a huge sum of money. So that's why I said thank you and God bless you. To my fans out there, to Ladokites, keep rooting for us, keep supporting us, keep engaging in our posts as the voting session is still on, and we would like you to please pray for us. Thank you very much.
Shout out to everyone. Shout out to CIC for this opportunity given to us to be able to put in work, to be able to meet other geniuses and schools. But we actually work together here. We learned a lot together and we got a lot of experience. So shout out to CIC for this opportunity, and to my fans out there in my school, thank you for the support, thank you for the encouragement, for the text, calls. We are so happy. Thank you for the opportunity given to us, and as we've been saying, we'll make you proud.
So we are grateful to CIC for this opportunity to meet with like minds, especially because for me that was the greatest impact I get from this competition.
The friends we made along the way.
As my fans, thank you for staying with us throughout the program. We have one more day to go, and the final presentation is tomorrow. So keep sharing and liking our posts, and we will sure to come back with the prize.
The Nigerian Genius